Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the small-time tournament. This is a round 3 game between Chocolate and Wetnoodles. So as soon as these players are both ready, we will go ahead and begin. Chocolate able to take a decisive victory over Wetnoodles in Game 1. And that Game 1 was also on Zelnaga Caverns. Wetnoodles able to choose his map, chose Zelnaga Caverns again. So it's definitely an interesting choice, as most players would choose a different map, try and get a different advantage, a different sort of tech path. But regardless, that is what we are doing. So, we see Wetnoodles spawning again in the bottom left as the purple Protoss, Chocolate spawning at the top right as the pink Terran. Now, as this game's getting started, let me talk a little bit about myself. My name is Nacho Cheese, and I am casting for the first time in this tournament. And I hope you guys are having a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun. This is the small time tournament. I think that's right. I think that's what STC stands for. Folks in the chat, let me know if I'm wrong. So I'm streaming this live on my Justin TV account. If you're watching this on Justin TV, thank you so much for watching with me. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for chatting with me and keeping me awake while this tournament goes on. If you're watching this on YouTube, thanks a lot for watching. Leave some comments. Give me some advice on how I can improve as a caster. Because I am having a great time and I would love to do this more often. So, we're seeing completely normal play, again, from both players. Getting down his gateway, forge, gateway. Alright, finally decided for Wetnoodles. Gonna go down for that normal gateway. Could have done a forge, could have tried a forge fast expand. It's a little tough on this map with both of these chokes to try and defend. I think it would be a little too difficult to pull off, and Wetnoodles clearly agrees that he is not doing that. He needs to be getting his gas pretty soon as he's floating a lot of minerals. I wonder where he's looking. There's his gas, finally going down there. Now a little bit more about the SGT. This is a small-scale tournament for gold and platinum level players. And this was organized by a StarCraft Redditor by the name of Rabidbot. His StarCraft name is Zen. So a big thanks to him for making the original post on Reddit, getting me interested in casting, getting all these players interested in playing. We were expecting really only a very small turnout, maybe 10, 15 people. But we were absolutely amazed. 86 people signed up to play in this tournament when last I counted. We have been having an awesome time. As I mentioned before, we're in round 3, and we will be moving on to the quarterfinals after this match, after this set of matches. And then the semifinals, and then the finals, and the winner will take home glory and fame, and not much else because this is a casual tournament, and we just don't have the money for prizes. Now, if you didn't watch Game 1 before this, I'll recap a little bit. Basically, Chocolate went for a very standard Marine Marauder wall attack. Had a lot of Marauders in his composition, and Wetnoodles just was not able to compensate. He got his second base much later than his opponent, Chocolate. He got his third base way too late. I don't think he even got it up and running until very late in the game, and so Chocolate was able to take it with just Marine Marauder pressure. But Noodles, switching up a little bit, going for a hidden Stargate. And Chocolate has no idea that this has happened. He's not scouting the left side of the map at all. So he could get completely blindsided by this, as he is going for an expansion now. Getting his command center up will probably upgrade it to an orbital command before he lifts off and takes it to his natural. Now Wetnoodles is going to have to stay, he's going to have to keep up with his gateway unit production if Chocolate is going to be scouting. If Chocolate runs up this ramp and sees that really at about 6 minutes, this is a low unit count, although Warp Geese is not yet finished, so it may be normal, but pretty soon, once this Stargate has been up and running for a while. If Chocolate runs up this ramp and scouts this and sees only a very few army, he will be suspicious, as he will be expecting a much larger gateway army if Noodles is playing normally. Void Ray almost finishing here. Let's take a look at the unit composition for Chocolate. He does have 9 Marines, but they are all up in this bunker at the front. Chocolate was expecting some very aggressive play by gateway units, and he may be surprised when a Void Ray shows up. However, 9 Marines, 10 Marines now, 11 Marines. Wow, I'm just failing all over the place. 11 Marines may be enough to clean up 1, even 2 Void Rays, unless they're very incredibly well micro. This probe sneaking around back here, I don't know if he's going to drop a proxy pylon or not. Void Ray pressure backed up with gateway pressure could prove to be effective. And he's dropping that proxy pylon and pushing out with Zealots and Sentries. Wetnoodles a little bit ahead in supply, not overwhelmingly so, but it could work to his advantage. He has 2 Void Rays, a 3rd Void Ray now on the way, getting ready to do some pressure. 3 Void Rays may be just too much for Chocolate to handle, though he does have this reactor barracks pumping out Marines pretty constantly. Now, this orbital command really needs to lift off and go to the natural. It is, well, it's not giving him a worker advantage at all. They're tied at 30 workers each. Most likely lost time upgrading these command centers to orbital command. However, Chocolate does have the mules to help him collect a lot more minerals, and so his income is probably way higher. It is significantly higher. It will drop a little bit. Well, no, it won't drop a little bit. Now that this is lifting over, it can only increase from here. However, he may be in time to spot the Zealot. He's just moving in here, scouting, making sure this expansion is not down, though of course he's going to see that the orbital command is just now landing, workers just now being transferred. A little bit of a lag there. That's cool. And here's the big attack. These Void Rays going face to face with these Marines, this may not be a good idea, but Chocolate, a little bit of nice micro there, just running them straight past the Zealots, and each of those Marines is taken out. Now all of the Zealots and all of the Sentries are going to be gone, but these Void Rays are all still in the game, still doing lots of damage to this orbital command. It's going to have to lift off and run away, but it's probably going to be taken out before it can go anywhere. And now Chocolate, the winner of Game 1, is scrambling to put up a defense. He has 2 Marines and a Marauder against 3 Void Rays and 3 Zealots, 4 Zealots now. I don't know if Chocolate can come back from this. This is a kill sequence from Wetnoodles. He can just walk in here pretty much A-move. This turret is up, but it is not going to do much damage against 3 fully charged Void Rays. These Vikings coming out doing a nice amount of damage, but not focusing down on the weakened Void Ray. All 3 of those still going to be alive, and Wetnoodles is just doing massive amounts of damage, going to take out this barracks, take out the SCBs. That Marine does get out, but it is going to be sour about life because it can do nothing against these Void Rays. All the SCBs coming off the line, Stalkers coming in to reinforce this. There's just too many units in Chocolate's base. I do not think he can come back from this. He needs to GG and leave this game because Wetnoodles has him won with this hidden Stargate play. That was fantastic. Taking out more Vikings. GG from Chocolate. And we are going to Game 3, ladies and gentlemen. That was exciting. And Chocolate will be picking the map for our Round 3. Once again, this is Nacho Cheese casting the small-time tournament. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to break off the stream, and I'll be back in a few minutes with Game 3.